Come on, how much longer do we have to wait? Fucking hell, start the there we go, at fucking last, let's no scope for joy. Okay fellas, time to defend Operation Metro once again, and I do still love playing this map, even after playing it so much during the beta, or the beta time, however you want to pronounce it. But one thing I never tried during the beta was using this SV98. But now that the SVD is not quite what it was before, I am terrible with it, and the SV98 is my only other sniping option at this point when playing as the defenders. So I decided I'd give it a go, and now in the full version of the game, you have to hit a clean headshot to get a kill with the SV98 on a target with full health. Although, you can kill a guy with a body shot if he's already taken some hits beforehand, but it's not always so easy to tell if the guy you're shooting at has already taken some damage, so unless you're certain about it, needless to say, you'd be better off trying to aim for a headshot. And at this point, I'm sure I can hear some beeping to my right, and sure enough, there's a guy arming the charges at A. I get a headshot and kill him, but there are still some enemies on the radar in the area. My teammates already climbed over the wall to start disarming, so I'm just watching the entire area at the back, waiting for them to pop out. They eventually get killed, but now I'm looking behind me, and I'm wondering how are these guys getting forward so easily. One side of this map clearly isn't being defended very well, and I want to see where this gap is exactly. It looks like the left side. Hell, I get this guy with a pistol eventually, and the bomb's been planted now. I hit marker this guy so I can just go for a body shot for an instant kill. So that's 2 down on the left, looks clear. Time to go forward and disarm this thing myself. I'd appreciate a little bit of killing help from my team. I eventually get the planter, my teammate goes for the disarm, and he gets annihilated. And oh shit, the entire bloody squad have managed to move in undetected and sit around the bomb site. How did this many people manage to just stroll in to the playground and arm a bomb site undetected? I'm curious. I'm starting to think there's simply not enough people at this left-hand side, or there are people here, but they're just incapable of shooting straight. Either way, they're getting in down the left side and it's causing problems for us. But now that B's gone, surely worrying about the left side won't be a problem, and I can just concentrate on A. Not exactly, and we're going to see why shortly. But for now, I thought this was a pretty decent spot to try and sit if I wanted to use an SV98, because I can check the left pretty well, I can get a look across to A, and I can see the whole of the top mid. So I have a pretty good line of sight to all the areas, but watch what happens when you start leaving the left side unwatched. There's 3 arrows at the moment on the radar down this left side, and they're starting to cut into our spawn and shoot people who are deploying, and it starts to cause a major problem for us. There's one of them. But despite B being blown up and long gone, you can't stop watching it, because they're not going to stop pushing up that side. It's another avenue for them to get forward. Of course they're going to use it. And so they have, but they're not being killed off. I feel like I'm doing enough, more than enough, for one person in a 12-man team. But my teammates really aren't delivering here, and sure enough there's a guy behind me. I eventually kill him. I'm out of bullets on my pistol, so I have to kit switch, and the bomb's been planted now that I've been distracted so much. But I know if I start running for this bomb, I'm going to get shot in the back. I decide to gamble, and that's generally what happens when you take a gamble. It's impossible to defuse a bomb if there are people there to stop you. They need to be killed off. And if there was one thing that cost us this first base, it was the lack of people being killed. But in truth, I can't help but feel like I did more than enough at this base. I kill off one coming up through middle, I look to the left and there's still people who flanked from the B base. I get another one of those and I'm still under pressure. So I try getting forward one last time for a miracle disarm, but it's worthless. The bomb's taken, the base is taken. And during this little break, I feel like I have to make this disclaimer in every Battlefield video I make, as it's clearly quite an important issue. Is this console or PC? It's console, so feel free to make your own judgments from here on in on what I say. I am saving up to play this game on PC, but for now, I'm settling for Xbox, and that's fine by me, because it's still great fun. So eventually I get killed and I have to fall back, but like I say, I feel like I did more than enough. Yep, definitely. Just blame the teammates, it's easier. So eventually, I'm falling back to the subway, and a part of me is very glad, because this is my favourite base in the entire game, for Rush. It's because I feel like I'm at one with this subway, and I feel like I understand it well and that I can do some work, and to some extent, carry the team if they're not really pulling their weight, so I guess this game was the time for me to put my words to the test, and see if I could actually step up and win. So I backed away from the middle tunnel just now to come around this right side. I saw enemies on the right tunnel, and there were no friendlies here to defend. I dive behind the rock in time, and get this guy, and I can start healing up, and I can recover. But when I was in that middle tunnel, I left because there were friendlies there, and it was clusterfucked. I didn't need to be there. Now I'm looking at my map and there are no friendlies in there, and that can only mean one thing. I need to go and take a look, because I'm pretty sure they're dead. Yep, sure enough, the enemies are starting to push through the middle tunnel. I get one, and always check behind you for a spawning squad mate or someone to follow up, but there was no one there this time. I carried on running forward, and these guys had pushed through, and I shoot them in the back. So we started to regroup, but the danger's not gone. This guy pushes forward into the middle tunnel, and more enemies start pushing towards him, and they start having a gunfight. He comes out worse, as often my team do in this game, so now it's time for me to defend this middle tunnel again. My grenade gets a kill, and there are still more. I start shooting, get a lot of hit markers, and I eventually have to run away and reload. I think, no, he's pretty weak, I'll get a pistol shot on him. Nope, I fucking missed, and he's got a squad mate with him. 2v1, I die. But look at where they're running. There's a few of them, and they're all pushing up through the middle tunnel now. I figure I gotta get there and try and stop them myself, because I've learned not to trust my team this game, and this is why. Look how many teammates are here. There's like 8 guys here defending this left side of B, and they don't need to be there. Look at the map, there's no one watching the middle and there's no one at the right, so I come over to the right, and sure enough, a guy is pushing up towards A. If I didn't come over here, he would have got through, and whoa, slow down lads, I can't take you all at once. And I don't know how many guys I killed here, I lost count, probably about 5. But eventually, I get overthrown again, because it's just me against their whole team apparently. And eventually, guess what happens? Remember all those guys over defending B? Well, guess what bomb just got planted? Please someone explain to me how the enemies managed to waltz through the group of, 8 guys defending B? And arm the charges. So I spawn, I start running towards B just to check that this all goes smoothly and doesn't become a total balls up. Well done lads, you managed to kill one guy and disarm the bomb between 5 of you? Congratulations, but I don't need to be here, I need to be where my teammates aren't. And that's the right tunnel and mostly the middle tunnel, but there's a lot of activity on the left tunnel. I figure I'll start throwing down medkits, and this is why I like playing as the assault guy in the subway. Is because there are a lot of random bullets going off everywhere, and you're bound to get clipped by at least one stray shot every now and then. If you're throwing down medkits, at least then you can keep yourself and your teammates topped up at full health at all times. It's not something that I paid much attention to in Bad Company 2, but now with this new percentage meter on the bottom corner, you can see how much health you have at all times, and I'm now starting to realise the importance of staying topped up with medkits, and keeping people on their feet with defibrillators. Most of the defense of Operation Metro comes down to just having people purely on their feet. Just their presence alone, just standing there being bulky, just puts people off running forward. Now once again, there's no teammates watching the right tunnel, I figure I'll do it, and guess what? They're all attacking down the right tunnel. And I get 1, 2, and 3. It takes a while to kill them with the MP443. It's a spongy piece of shit, but you get a lot of bullets to work with, and that's my kind of pistol. But A gets planted. I'm assuming it was one of the guys who flanked down the right, who got past me before I could arrive. He beat me to the punch, and now it's time for me to get my revenge. Where could you be? You're prone in the bogs, of course. You're always prone in the bogs in this place. I deal with him and I disarm, and it's all gravy. Now it's time to make a formation again. Oh wait, I can't. It's because I can't communicate with these guys. My biggest mistake in playing Battlefield 3 is that I usually play by myself, because most of my friends play Call of Duty, not Battlefield 3. I think I need to start asking you guys to start playing with me a little more, because, to be honest, while I do prefer playing with friends, because I find communicating easier if you know the person you're speaking to, Battlefield 3 is just one of those games that's too difficult to lone wolf in. I'm doing pretty well in this game, but this ain't gonna happen every game. You need a solid squad that you can talk to. So most of the advice I give in my videos are tailored to people who play by themselves, and it comes from someone who pretty much just lone wolves in Battlefield. Stuff you wouldn't have to worry about if you were in an organised squad. But the strongest piece of advice I can give when defending is to go where your team is not, because if there is a gap, that's where the enemy will get in, and then their squad mates will spawn on the flanker, and then before you know it, there's an MCOM ticking behind you, and you're all getting shot in the back by one group of guys. You can't have that. Now look at this guy who just killed me. He's sprinting like a bastard down the right hand side. So I spawn at the initial deployment, so I can go right from the back and go down the right myself to deal with him. The problem is, I don't know where he is now. For all I know, he could be on the very right hand side of that train, coming to spawn kill. On the other hand, he may have gambled and gone straight into A for the cheeky arm. And sure enough, A gets armed. Now I have an even bigger problem, because now the bomb is ticking, but he wasn't alone on that right hand side. There were more guys pushing up down the right, and sure enough there they are. I can't leave them to push up unattended. I have to deal with them, but luckily for me, my teammates actually responded to this MCOM being armed and got inside. So now they're defusing, and I can shell out behind this pile of bricks, and I can start killing off the flankers. I did manage to deal with one guy earlier, and now this guy, he'll go down, but he's a little spongy. Just takes a few more rounds than normal, but it's no problem, because he's dead now, and so is the guy who comes out the middle tunnel. Coast looks clear, and of course, now B is planted. Let's go and calm the situation down a little. I take a shot in the back, and the golden rule, never ever chase through a doorway. Just never do it, trust me. And B got dealt with pretty fast, I'm glad about that. Now I can start checking out this middle tunnel right side again. The middle tunnel seems kinda quiet, but there are guys pushing up the right hand side. Oh, if we combine the two, yes, we can flank behind them for 2 easy kills. And this is exactly why the second base of Operation Metro in the subway is my favourite rush base in the game at the moment. It's because I've played it so much that I feel like I'm at one with the subway. I feel like I can naturally drift behind them and flank and shoot them in the back for easy kills fairly comfortably now. And I've been told this a lot of times, and it's probably true, I can see that. It's probably a lot different to this on PC, and even I can tell that, and I've never played PC. Like I said, I'm saving up for it, because I want to experience it myself. I mean, maps like Metro and Grand Bazaar and Sen Crossing are all brilliant to me, because I'm playing on console 12v12, and it seems like an ideal size of teams. But my least favourite map in this game, Caspian fucking Boredom, because nothing happens. You take a team of 12 and you give them that many vehicles, you're not going to get a lot of gun-on-gun action with the infantry in a rush game, because everyone on their team is either in a tank, in a Humvee, in a jet, or any kind of armour that requires an RPG, and you're racking up points all game just getting vehicle disabled. Gets a little tedious after a while, but with bigger teams, it's probably a different story. And that's why I'm saving up for a PC, so I can find out for myself. But for now, I'm happy to stick with the Metro. So thanks for watching, I've been Boo, and did I carry this game? Probably. I'll let you guys decide that one. Thanks for watching.